right, where do I start with that game? Chelsea 3, West Ham United 0, and what an absolutely just incredibly unpredictable game, if I'm being perfectly honest. And obviously we will start with the fact that Chelsea did get themselves a massive 3 points to stop the rot after, of course, those disappointing defeats during last week to Everton and Wolves, and of course puts us into Christmas on a high with, of course, a 3-0 victory. But overall, if I'm going to be completely honest, I'm going to be just completely honest in this video as per usual. I do think we got away with it just a little bit, because I actually do think that West Ham, for the most part of this game, were actually the dominant side. I did actually think that they just weren't clinical enough to actually take advantage of the domination they had for the most part of the game. I thought they controlled the game in terms of possession and chances created from minute 20 to about minute 70, and you know, when Tammy Abraham scored that second goal for Chelsea, I think it just exploded into life. And yeah, West Ham kind of knew at that stage that they hadn't won the game, and Chelsea just, you know, flew into hyperactive control, and yeah, secured the 3-0 win in the end, which is of course always positive. But yeah, as I said, I mean, that game, if you look at the actual overall picture of the game, it was absolutely nowhere near a Chelsea 3-0 win, and you know, maybe I might be seen as being a bit negative because we did get 3 goals, we did keep a clean sheet, we did win the game going into Christmas, as I said, to stop the rot after those defeats to Everton and Wolves. But overall, I feel like if Mikel Antonio plays that game for West Ham today, I don't think Chelsea come away with 3 points, and I think we're very, very lucky to even come away with a point, because as I said, West Ham controlled the game for the most part. I thought in the first 20 minutes or so we absolutely dominated in terms of possession, didn't really create many chances. Of course, Thiago Silva scoring a bullet header which did get us off the mark, and I thought was going to be the lucky charm that we did have to get over the line with such a, you know, unconvincing performance overall. And I feel like with West Ham's domination, if they had someone like Antonio who'd cause havoc for defenders, would get into spaces to score goals, he'd be aggressive and tenacious, I thought West Ham would have been a lot more, you know, clinical going forward, something that Haller really wasn't tonight, if I'm honest. So yeah. But yeah, overall we run through the goals. Thiago Silva getting a very good goal from the corner, from the header, and I thought he was my man of the match tonight. I thought Thiago Silva once again showed immense composure, just leadership at the back, organisation. He's been an absolute masterstroke, and if Frank Lampard deserves any credit, and this Chelsea board deserve any credit for the signings they made this summer, it is Thiago Silva. His just impact on this Chelsea team so far has been unbelievable. We all thought his age would hinder him, we all thought, you know, he wouldn't be able to adjust to the pace of the Premier League, but so far he's made it his playground, if I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, he controls the games at the back, which is just not easy to do, if I'm honest, and yeah, he's just been an absolutely incredible signing for us, not only with his impact in terms of leadership and vocality and organisation, but also his ability on and off the ball as well in terms of a defensive standpoint is very good. And yeah, once again, got his second goal for the club tonight, his second goal of course at Stamford Bridge, and yeah, I thought was my man of the match today, because I thought he absolutely controlled the game from the back, as I said, and was one of the main reasons why West Ham actually in fact didn't break us down when they had that period of domination. The second goal then, Tammy Abraham's first of the brace he did get, and I'm not going to lie, a really underrated goal. I think that goal is just borderline world class, if I'm honest. I mean, Abraham showed great striking instincts, which I'm not going to lie, I didn't really think he had at first, but you know, to anticipate the, you know, scuffed shot from Werner, which we won't really talk about as an assist, if I'm being perfectly honest, but we will get onto Werner in just a minute. But yeah, for Abraham to anticipate that, and then a really cool finish to slot it past Fabianski, I thought he did absolutely brilliant for that goal. Then the second goal as well, which, you know, a very good finish into an open net. But yeah, I think Abraham definitely deserved his brace as well, because I think he was probably our best player from an attacking standpoint as well. I think his attitude is first class. He's always the first one over to his teammates when we score a goal, which is always nice to see. He's pure passion. I mean, you see them. I've always said about Tammy Abraham, when we do get a decision go against us, Abraham's always the first one to kick and scream at the referee to try and, you know, obviously influence his decision. I think his work rate is absolutely top class. We've heard from Frank Lampard multiple times about Tammy Abraham's attitude in training, his application on and off the pitch, and overall I feel like as a player as well, he's actually quite complete. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I think if you take a world-class striker like someone like Aguero or, you know, Harry Kane, I think if you take, you know, their big attributes and then kind of give them to their smaller attributes and then kind of, like, you know, even them out, I think Tammy Abraham is all that, because I think he's very complete, but he doesn't have any attributes that are at a world-class level, if that analogy makes any sense at all, but you get what I mean by that. But yeah, really, besides Thiago Silva and Tammy Abraham, I actually didn't think that many of our players played well, and before the second goal went in, I was actually analysing this game and, you know, putting myself in a frame of mind for this video that we won 1-0 and it was marginal, and, you know, we probably deserved to not get a point from the game, and I was thinking, we probably don't have any man of the matches, and I was actually going to say, I thought the man of the match for today, even if we won the game, was probably Declan Rice, because I thought he absolutely controlled the midfield, he bossed the midfield for West Ham against us, and of course Declan Rice, well, we all know at this stage, is probably going to be a Chelsea player come next season. I thought his so-called, you know, audition, I suppose you could call it, was absolutely brilliant tonight. I thought he was pinging passes from deep as well. He was very good at winning the ball back and trying to set up counter-attacks for West Ham, and yeah, overall I thought Declan Rice was very good. But back onto the Chelsea team now, as I said, not many players that can actually hold their heads high, and thought that they played, you know, really well today. Obviously the fact that Ben Chilwell came off so early was desperately disappointing, especially with the fact that we already have Reece James missing now, probably for a few games over the Christmas period, so hopefully Chilwell's injury isn't too serious, and just hopefully he comes back for that Arsenal game on Boxing Day, because that, although Arsenal are terrible at the moment, is a game I feel we could slip up in, unfortunately. But yeah, who knows, we'll see what happens. But yeah, we will get on to Timo Werner now. Obviously another very, very poor performance from him overall, but to be honest, I am going to cut him a bit of slack, especially towards that chance at the end when he hit the crossbar. I mean, he's just in that phase of play that Fernando Torres went through many a time at Chelsea, where just nothing goes wrong, nothing falls for him, he can't buy a goal to save his life. I don't think anyone can fault Timo Werner's work rate, because I think for the entire 90 minutes he's running his socks off. He's trying probably too hard, if I'm honest, to try and do something for Chelsea, try and get that performance levels back up to where we expect it to be. And yeah, I just have to say he's probably one of those strikers that first of all is playing out of position, and second of all has, you know, really, really low confidence levels at the moment. So I will cut Werner a bit of slack, and hopefully he can get that goal that raises his confidence levels back up going forward. But yeah, overall to conclude, Chelsea 3, West Ham United 0, and you know, as I said at the start of this video and multiple times throughout this video, it didn't feel like a 3-0 game whatsoever. Now I'm obviously not going to deny that winning 3-0, especially against a team like West Ham who are so organised and have done so well this season, I'm not going to complain and be negative overall about it, because of course it is a very good win for us, but you know, a very uninspiring, unconvincing, flat, sloppy performance for most parts of the game. But overall you have to win dirty sometimes, and yeah, I'll definitely take it, let's just say that. So yeah, that is where we're going to leave this video. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like as per usual. 15 likes would be massively appreciated by myself. Also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is the most important thing right now, because we are closing in so slightly on 1,000 subscribers, which is a massive goal of course. So if you could subscribe to the channel, it costs you absolutely nothing and makes my day. So win-win situation. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.